Today we're sitting at episode 14. This is the Sound of Change podcast. So today we've also got a special guest again, as we usually do, bring special guests. We've got a gentleman by the name of Xavi Mchunu. Sorry about that. He's basically a business advisor. He's a PR coordinator at La Soulmate Group. He's a technical project director at Ubuntu Music Records. He's also the CEO of Streetwise Trends. He's a senior service advisor at Mayfair Gearbox Commercial KZN and also a brand specialist at Vuma Pop-Up Cinema. So he's going to just share a few nuggets with us today. And then we're going to learn more from that as we did in the past from others who have joined us in the podcast. So as we usually do, we're going to start off with some words of wisdom. And it's going to be a quote, which I'm just going to read in a moment. You excuse me. And it's from Visiting the Wire, who I think we all know in the business sector. And he basically says, I realized that entrepreneurship is a function of perspective. Entrepreneurship is not, I register a business, I open a bank account, I register on a couple of government departments, and I wait for the opportunity to take someone for coffee at Melrose Arch. That's not entrepreneurship. This thing called entrepreneurship is the most painful way to make money. If you are in it for money, you won't be in it for long. It hurts, it's painful. You're going to make mistakes, you're going to take risks that are often not advisable for uncertain returns. And he basically says when you become an entrepreneur, it ceases to be a risk, it's an eventuality, it's going to happen. So funny enough, I said that before in a previous episode last year, but I think it carries enough weight for me to say that again. But going back to Xavi Mchunu, we're just going to start off, Mr. Mchunu, with before we just get into any of your brands, how would you define marketing from your side?
I can define marketing in simply terms of it's a combined activity. It's either can be done physically, electronics.
Just your basic definition of marketing, as you.
Yes, it can be combined activities through electronically, physically, or outdoor, aiming to create an awareness. Create an awareness in any service or product that the organization is willing to showcase. A summary of marketing, I can tell maybe it's another way of creating an awareness of any product or service that the organization is offering to the society. That's marketing for me.
Oh, so then how would you define, with the changing world right now, before we get into your brands again, how would you define a modern marketer?
Basically, with now given technological tools nowadays, we can use various mediums of communication. We have apps of which are reserved to make our life easier in terms of marketing. So we do this digital marketing, of which it's now going viral. No more physically, no more doing it physically, but we're doing on social media, depending which apps. But this is how a modern marketer, I think I can define, because it's simply straightforward.
Okay, so you've got many brands right here, but I think we're gonna have to start off with La Soulmate Group. Tell us more about that. You are a PR coordinator. and you're gonna explain your role there. But how would you sort of pick out the difference between PR and marketing?
So basically, PR is some sort of creating a positive image, and it's got nothing to do with the marketing activities, but it's only creating a positive image to the society and gain trustworthy. That's an PR for me. And the marketing, as I've stated before, it's where you're creating an awareness on whether it's a product or service to the people so they become aware, and then so that they can get information and so that they can buy. And the PR is only established in terms of creating a good image of the brand or any organization.
Right. If you could just jump on to La Soulmates and tell us your role there.
My last soulmate, I work as an PR coordinator and a trial agent. So basically, I'm discovering ideas um, that can assist their brand to be aligned with the society, like doing sponsors, donations, and there's some many um, services coming under PR as for my portfolio. But as I got the occupation currently with them, I'm only pushing on the trial agent. So we are just locating those different outlets or entertainment premises where they can come and perform, and with there just persuade, prospect, go through all these selling processes, strategies in order to get the bookings for them. And yeah, it's basically all the management side for the moment.
So you joined in when the company was already up and running, or are you the co-founder
Yes.
there as well?
I joined the company while it's up and running. So they've asked me to come and assist them and to boost their team up. And with all my business expertise, I just came and then I just started some few projects under their brand. So we are busy now executing some few ideas and trying to collaborate with so many artists as much as we can, and also to partner with many uprising brands so that we can boost them as much as we're showcasing our music. We can also be having their networking with them and then to boost their profile with their business profiles based on music. And some of them we only work with those who are already have clothing label companies. So let's say we go for performance, we wear their garments and promote their brands as well. So that's how we've been executing thus far with few ideas that as much as we are trying to grow and reach more collaborations with many businesses, but it's only that.
All right, so we're just basically drifting into streetwise trends, but if you could just quickly tell us your role at Ubuntu Music Radio, Music Records, sorry. You are a technical project director, so tell us more about that.
Okay, that's one there. It's an offer that came for me this year. So it's another division of Ubuntu Music Record. We came up with Ubuntu Music Experience. So there we are just showcasing the outdoor live music in different genres. We're doing this project where we aspire people with Ubuntu Music, Ubuntu Music gatherings. So we're trying to create that experience and platform for people to witness and experience the music live. So that's where we come up with Ubuntu. So I work there as a technical projects director, as I'm saving many ideas comes on a PR side. And there is a record label company, they have their artists, which mainly they focusing on their music and their productions. So I slightly come indirectly with me expanding the service under music Ubuntu under Ubuntu Music Record. So we came up with this division to create Ubuntu Music Experience, where we're gonna be inviting our domestic musicians to be performing live, showcasing their artwork live, and then also to experience the live music with the people in an outdoor space more than nowadays we normally get to attend the music digitally. So Ubuntu Music Experience, it's where we invite artists to come and then perform live, so we can have that some sort of Ubuntu experience to grow and to share, to talk, to cherish, to embrace, all comes in the music language. So that's my portfolio under Ubuntu Music Record.
So then go from the music industry to cinema. How did that happen? What's your role as a specialist, as a brand specialist at Vuma Pop-Up Cinema?
I know it's crazy. You might think I'm joking. Um, I get this opportunity to collaborate with one guy from Cape Town. He's a founder and the CEO of Vuma Pop-Up Cinema. So we're aiming to escalate throughout the country, offering education, entertainment into schools and pupils. So we're gonna be offering the service of cinema outdoor for kids, give them donations. Like we don't ask donations, but we are offering them books, animation, pamphlets, so that they can also be vast in terms of communication and technology. So we're playing like local films via outdoor cinematic tools. So there I got an offer. I got a potential call to my guy to come and escalate with other businesses this side in KZN, because they aim to go more for rural areas here in KZN. So we managed to escalate with Amazulu Community Trust Fund, of which the offer is still pending so that they can collaborate with us. And we were trying to work with Usianda Mapumulo for that, so that he can come and inspire kids while we're offering the service of cinema outdoor. So with me now developing all these lines of ideas, I had to get some sort of a reference under that brand. So with all the occupation and the expertise and the services that I'm offering under the brand, they gave me a portfolio to become a brand specialist. Because and also I'm promoting the idea of the brand and the growth of the brand and the vision of the brand as well. I hope all the answers are making sense to you. Yes.
Yeah. It's quite a
yes.
unique
Yeah, I see Mr. Ngobani is raising a hand. Yes.
concept.
Okay.
Yes, actually, it's not Mr. Gobani. I just used his account. I'm sorry for arriving late.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a question here. So I hear like you running the multiple organizations. So you as an individual.
Basically, you've got all these brands. You've got all these brands, and okay, let's take Batando.
Yeah, please.
Yes, I was. Okay, yes, I was asking, like you and as an individual, you're running these multiple organizations. How do you manage running like multiple organizations? Because I'm sure they all need your efforts. You know. So how do you manage as an entrepreneur? Like, okay,
I think it's a calling. Um, I hardly sleep at night. And sometimes I put all these brands before my life. As much as I want to see myself growing individually, but I've had passion to work more for people and put people first and people other business brands first. Because as an entrepreneur, I'm still in a journey to discover my calling or to discover my destiny. So I find it quite interesting. At some point, it takes a lot away from me. But I think it's a habit that I put every day. I have a very good time organizing team. This year I started to have to acquire my own PA because I knew that I wouldn't go through all this occupation without getting assistant personally because I have also a personal life. So I got my PA this year, of which whenever I'm touching all these brands, when I have to do all the services, do all my work under all these certain brands, I have a PA who will plan and schedule things for me. And when dates, which date I have to execute this and that. At some point, I hand out all the followers, all the follow ups, and all the executions that should be made. So at some point, I find it more balancing because I'm planning my time wisely, and there is a way. Always, there is a way. I'm not a man who say no. It's too much work. It's pressure. I like to work under pressure. So as much as I am doing this, I take it as a learning curve, and it's opening doors for me. So yeah, it's an interesting chapter of life. I haven't thought I'll come across such crazy world, but I find it very interesting. I find it very very funny, entertaining because it's a passion. Yeah.
well. So I'm just another question. Like, you've got a personal life, right? So
I do
so
have a personal life. Yeah.
so how has being an entrepreneur affected your family life? Does it have an effect, or um yeah?
Um, Basically, you'll be shocked if I tell you. Not really. It's affecting my personal life or family life. Um, I work 9 to 5 job, so most of the time I'm always at work. On weekends, I attend some few projects whenever there is one or there is not. But it's the matter of, like I said, being time organized or time management organized or whatsoever you may call. And I break it down into categories now. See, I don't have friends who mostly, let's say friends from the streets. I can hang out with them. I can forget about the work. I can do this and this at my spare time. There's no, in my friendship, in my circle, those are the people I work with. The best friends that I have are the people that I put them into work first. Whenever I want to spend time with them, it's either we do anything funny or outside of business. But but automatically we're gonna be talking about business and the other brands that I'm working under. So they also they are strategically put them in the cycle where I know that I won't be distracted in my journey. So whenever I'm doing all my shit, they'll also be gonna be there. So it's much and easy how I'm planning, even in family as well. So that's how I categorize my life in terms of moving forward because I know that I wouldn't have more much time personally for myself, reserved for my family. So it's only for that.
Wow.
So let's just uh Yeah.
Right now, as we speak, there is one my friend who came here, and now he found me in the middle of the meeting. He had to understand that I have to push this, and also he gonna ask me question afterwards. What you have said? Who are these people? But he came for work as well, so it's basically the lifestyle. It's a lifestyle for me.
Well, impressed. Thanks. So, last question. Um,
So maybe he has to set up an appointment or something.
sorry,
10 minutes left.
10 minutes. Okay, last question. Sorry. So do you believe there's some sort of a pattern or formula to becoming a successful entrepreneur? Like you seem like to have a lot on your back, and then so maybe other entrepreneurs like they struggle to manage more special time. So like yeah.
Yeah, quite honestly, there is no formula, but it's a journey, and it's a journey that really without an exact destiny. You are just growing as much as you can, learning. What you're learning is what you're telling the community, it's what you're sharing with the people. Because in this journey, you are trying everything you can or you could to discover something that it's never been witnessed before. That's what the term entrepreneur mean. So you can go as many industries and trying to establish something that wasn't existing before. So people slightly mistreat the term entrepreneur because they think once you start any business, you are an entrepreneur. But on my own understanding, entrepreneur is somebody who discovered something, who's somebody who discovered life and share it amongst the people. So when you're gonna look for the formula, basically you're gonna be going and tracking something that is similar to somebody of which you won't be reaching your destiny when you're entrepreneur, when you're looking for the formula. Yes, people will go against you, you'll go against your ideas, some will criticize, some won't believe in your ideas because you are living automatically, you are existing out of this world. So all your ideas must be very, very crazy, unwitnessed, unlived, unreal. You must be the one who put them into life so that people can find life upon it. Bear in mind, we have the cold drink idea, and then it was actually one person who discovered that cold drink idea. We have a Coke. So everyone from there discovered their own certain brands under the cold drink idea. So basically, there was a one person who discovered that idea must create a cold drink. So that's how we come up with entrepreneur. So it's no date of a formula, it's no reference, it's no books. It's basically you learning, growing, trying to discover something that you're gonna leave with the people behind, share with the people, and that will provide life and solutions to the people's problems. In the way I look at it, it's deeper than we think. Much, much, much deeper than we think. It will take maybe from now to 40 years or 50 or 100 years because it's something that really had to go with you such a long time. Maybe it's a story. Maybe one day once you get to promote your story, that's where you'll be discovered that time you are an entrepreneur. So it's the way I can describe it. There's no final term to define an entrepreneur. I hope I'm making sense.
Indeed, you are, Xavi. Let's just get on to the climax right now, which is Streetwise trends. So, what's the
Well, I'm listening. It's fine.
yeah. If you could just so I have looked at your company before, and I have heard that you basically track trends and you promote businesses in whatever industry. But
Mm.
my question is, you're gonna explain that a bit further. But first, if I think about trends, I just look at my cell phone, and it has a thing called Google Go. So basically, Google Go shows you whatever is trending by the minutes, I think.
Yeah.
And if I go onto Twitter and I go on search, it basically shows you what's trending by the second.
By the
So
second.
are you yourself competing with that, or is it a different sort of business model or whatnot? Please tell us more
it's
about
an
that.
it's an indirect competitive scenario. I'm basically, I'm competing with that, but indirectly. But there's no validation on those Twitter things. It's not being consistent. But basically, in our enterprise with Streetwise Trends, we basically open administrations for those small brands, and 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 we are promoting on behalf of their caliber, and whatever they're trying to set out there, we are just discovering whatever is trending on the street and able to promote them. Because maybe you look at the term now and the organization name, it's a streetwise trend. Somebody wouldn't go to Twitter now. Somebody maybe would be fed up going to Twitter. Somebody would be fed up to look on Facebook. Somebody would be fed up to go and check what's on media, what is trending. But he will go straight to our page and look what is exactly trending. Because we are there right there. We're only sharing exactly. Basically, we are trying to be the promotional digital company which will be competing with all the media pages, with all the hashtags, I mean. But with that now, we're gonna be promoting their brands, discovering what they are selling, what they are showcasing, and then give it to the community as a trending figure things, so that with that now we know that everyone who's looking for something new, something fresh, will go under our page and look for what any brand or idea that is trending, get all the information about the certain brand or any idea, and ask for information if there is any inquiry with that. So we're playing around now with all this modernity, expansions of brands and services, and this inclusion of technology. We're trying to be out there now in order to be there competitively, so that we can have everybody involved in any industry in one time, in one moment. And we are the umbrella, because we are just the Streetwise Trend medium page, and we are the company, we the agent of whatever is trending. So it was basically playing around with the term, get to certify the name Streetwise Trend, put it illegal. So because it was established in 2017. So we knew that there would be changes in modern life, that things would be coming such and such and such. But let's have something of which people can trust, people can wear, people can go and look. So it's the brand for the people, it's a brand for the community, it's for everybody. Because I remember in future, I started to collaborate with Unbranded Change under the Streetwise Trend, because Unbranded Change was discovered under the Streetwise Trend. So it was some sort of a formality of, okay, we have Streetwise Trend medium company there, but we have an Unbranded Change of which is the company, to discover those brands that are not satisfied, those brands that are willing to be competing, growing, and to be heard and to be recognized. They are the trends. So it's some sort of playing around with media, playing around with technology, playing around with an under one digital company, of which it's going to be Streetwise Trend. It is a huge umbrella for everybody. It's not a business for myself, but it's a business for my community.
Maybe others who are listening, like, I love stories also. I just love stories because they inspire me and then they motivate me. They, you know. So, what motivates you as an entrepreneur?
Excuse me about that. What motivates me as an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Internally or externally?
Both. Please give us internal and externally.
Internally, man, it's the power that I have within me. It's the drive, man. It's the gift. Internally, it's affirmation that I go each day hoping, praying that I am doing what God have gifted me. I wouldn't develop so much thoughts and with so much PMA, positive mental attitude, consistently without the blessings from God and giving me this strength. I am an entrepreneur because I have must develop traits, the traits of positivity, flexibility, creativity, hard work, optimistic, inspiration, self-assurance, self-esteem, self-confident. That alone, it's what makes a person. Disregard you're an entrepreneur. But with the gift, it's what motivates me. That
No,
I
that's
am an entrepreneur.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. But Xavi, maybe, oh yeah.
Externally is it's affirmation, I can tell, and also a recognition. The people recognizing your hard work.
But maybe just add something there. Would you say fits are part of the school by trends? I'm going to
Pardon?
ask you if well, who exactly is your target? Because you can't just say,
Who is?
yeah, Xavi, did you hear part of my question?
No, I
I'm
need a
going to say,
question
who
back.
is your target market? So,
My target market.
yes, because you can't just say, Xavi, you're a brand for the community, you're there to help. You must have maybe a specific target market, because if you're competing with all these brands and you've also got influencers as well, how would you say, or you differentiate in that sense?
Okay.
How would you
Okay.
differentiate
I'll
yourself?
say.
Yeah.
I'll say I'll not contradict myself, or I'll not let the question itself contradict my thinking and the answer that I'm going to give you. Elon Musk is an entrepreneur. Mark Zuckerberg is an entrepreneur. But I doubt if you can ask them now a question, who are their target markets? Basically, they'll say the community. It's their target market. the society, the people. It's the target market. But for now, I don't have something in line that I can showcase that can justify my answers. I'll basically touch in one brand of which I want to promote, I work with, and I'll say which the target market. But to be quite honest with you, the target market for me is the community. I'm doing all of these things to make sure the community benefits in different industries that I'm touching, in different organizations of which I'm touching. So that's why I'm escalating with all these different industries, different services and products, because I have a different passion for certain people in our community. So all those aspirations are adding to the dots that of which the society is my target market. The people, the South African citizen is the target market. Personally for me. One day I'll love to see myself.
So
One day I'd like to see myself as
so
a
as you know,
president.
Xavi.
Yeah, as a president. So which tells you now
Why
my target market is South African citizen.
are you into politics or something?
Yeah, not into politics, I don't know. But somewhere down the line.
Oh yeah, but Xavi, going back to your brand, obviously trends come and go, but your brand has to stay for a very long time. I think that's what you want. So
Mm-hmm.
what's your long term strategy? And then secondly, sorry, but you've got all these things called hashtags, and you've got algorithms that sort of widen the trend and whatever. But uh, would you say then, in this, according to your definition of marketing, is word of mouth um, gonna win in that battle with hashtags and the digital sphere of marketing?
May I get your question back again?
Did you get the first on your long-term strategy?
Okay, you're asking me long-term strategies in
Yes, that's the
regards what?
first.
In regards to what?
With your brand, Streetwise Trends, what's your strategy? Because if you look at trends, they come and go, but obviously
Yeah,
you've got to stay. So what's your long-term
yes.
term strategy? Yeah.
Because now, as you said, trends come and go. But like a newspaper operation, they are in the making to give us anything that is trending. Political, illegal, technological, musical, hospitality, environmental. They're always telling us what is trending under all those components. So with Streetwise Trend now, I'll be every day into people's DMs, people's feeds on digital space, telling them what is trending. Last year we had Dupe episode to release an album. This year we may have somebody releasing an album. Or last year we had Cyril Ramaphosa as our president, and this year we have some certain guy who came as a president. A long-term strategy is to come up with a business that will solve the problem for the people or for the society in such a long time, and be the solution of the problem. because you cannot start a business without identifying the problem. So long-term strategy, it basically being strategic before you can even start your business. Do a proper research, and that will justify your existence of your business. Yeah.
So that's very motivating, Xavi. Would you say then that your business is a sustainable one in that you are generating enough money or profits in the online space? And secondly, what do you think about the concept of build to sell? And would you sell any of your brands if a tender offer comes to you in a way?
Okay, I'll answer the first question, but the second one, please, you may repeat. I'm asking you to repeat it for me. Um, the, the first question you asked that, pardon again, you asked the first question.
Is your company, the one you started, a sustainable one in that you are able to generate money or income in the online space?
Oh, yes. With Streetwise trying to be quite honest, I haven't generating any income, but the company is registered. The company is paying some annual returns once per annum because it's legit, it's registered. I was protecting the brainchild, I was protecting the patent, the copyright, the term, the brand. That's why I came up with the word and I registered the word Streetwise Trend, so that I know in future I can go there and play around with it. But as far as I concern, I don't have any brand that's generating any money. But all the brands that I have established and the brands that I've worked with, they are resulting to income. Whenever there's a project or there's any idea need to be executed. So to answer your question, I'm not generating any income as yet. I'm only getting depending if we were selling or we were promoting some one brand and idea, but using the letterhead of my companies.
The second question was basically your take on the concept of build to sell. Would you sell any of your brands if a tender offer comes to your way?
Nope. I don't think I'll be in a space of selling one of my brands. No. No, I don't think I'll do that. No.
All right. So we've got two last questions. There were three, but I think the first one you've already told us because these are originally questions from Ubatando. So the one you've answered is basically the kind of change you want to leave behind once you're in your life personally. I think you've answered that, which is you want to be president. I'm not sure if yeah, but the other two are basically the book you're reading, if you're reading anything, and your final nuggets, some advice to someone who's sitting in front of the laptop, in front of the CIPC website about to register their first business. Your advice.
Mm. My advice: don't watch TV. Don't watch TV. That's my only advice.
And then business-wise,
Business-wise, don't be jealous. Don't be greedy. Ask.
Mm.
Be eager to learn. Trust your brain. Trust your strength. Trust your ideas. Believe in your dreams. Don't have a second thought about your passion, because one day it will take care of you. And before it can take care of you, you must take care of it. It's just a small thing that doesn't cost you even 1 rand or 2 cents. Have a passion, believe in it, run with it. One day it will give you a lot of money. It will feed your children and your family. Because everyone who's superhero now once believed in something of which it was nothing, but it was just an internal belief. One day they travel around the world. They have a lot of things by themselves. Their families are successful. Their personal stakes are successful because they believe in their passion. They never had a second thought. Of which what God gave us. He never gave us anything. He never gave us our money. He never gave us clothes to wear. He never gave us anything that we find here in this world. But He gave us something internally that you must think once and run out with and run away with it. Because that's the only thing that was given upon you by God to plant here in this world. Because one day it will take care of you, it will grow you, it will promote you, it will guide you. But a lot of people are getting confused. They don't listen to their internals, their passion, their doubts. So once you go through that and then you disregard your own, you go to chase what other people's are doing, you'll never get it for the rest of your life. Fine, you can have a job, you can have everything, but you'll never be satisfied and fulfilled because you never used your God's given talent. So the motivation is you thinking, understanding why you have this passion, why you have these traits, why you have this fire inside you. And with you protecting all of that, God is smiling and God is happy because you realize what you have. That's the only way you can succeed in life. And that's professional and it's also personal. It's up to you where you're applying it. But me, every day, I apply it both sides, personally, professionally. What I have, nobody can take it. But what the world have, anyone can come and take it.
On that note, then, Xavi, thank you so much for coming on to this episode. And all the best with your companies. We'll be watching, we'll be following from now on. And we do hope you generate sustainable profits, cash
Yeah, guys.
flow.
I'll be I'll be telling you this right now. I'm on the streets running with La Soulmates. We're releasing a song with Distraction Boys, and it's gonna be on radio soon. We need to show people that anything is possible. With this one song, I'm gonna be promoting. I'm gonna be behind it. I'm gonna be involved in pushing it. So I'll ask you guys to give us support. I know the rest will do, and it start here at home. So I'm gonna be pushing that song. It's gonna be the one first project professionally, musically based wise. Yeah.
Amazing. That's good. So, I, I would support. I personally support. Yeah, I think I'll contact my father so that give me your contact details. There's a lot I'd love to
Thank you so
hear
much.
from you.
Thanks quite a lot.